I missed my stop. The bus driver was driving so damn fast that by the time I look up, he already passed the damn stop. I'm like, geez. It's funny how when they know that you gotta go somewhere, they'll drive fast and make you miss your stop, right? And they do that for a reason. They certainly do that for a reason. So now I gotta, not too bad of a walk. So, so as I was saying, I was building the computer. The only thing I had to buy was the computer case, which was like $34, and the CPU, which I got off of eBay for $40. A 4-core, 8-thread CPU, Ryzen 3000 series, and it's pretty decent CPU for the price, and then I bought a pack of case fans, 3 case fans, and that was it. Everything else I already had. And so, as I install everything and boot it into the BIOS, then I have to do a couple of stuff like make sure that secure boot is turned on, because else I won't be able to install Windows 11. Right? So I did all of that. Now Windows wouldn't install. Keep saying that this computer is not able to install Windows 11 to this computer, and I'm like, okay, what is it now? Trying to remember. So I had to go online into the forums, did a couple of stuff, and spend like 2 hours, man, troubleshooting. End up, I thought it was my hard drive, right? So I end up deleting the hard drive. I had to go into the command prompt, and initialize, reformat the hard drive. Once I did that, and I'd be so out of it sometimes that when I saw 2 drives, I forgot I had my flash drive in there, and it's a 16 gigabyte hard drive, a flash drive. So I saw it and I'm like, what? So I end up cleaning that drive too, and I was like, damn. I was like, why did I do that? So then I had to go back and reinitialize my USB thumb drive and download Windows Media Creation Tool to install a bootable USB drive with the window installation on it. Then I did that. Still had the same issues. I'm like, damn, what's going on? So I had to go back to the forums. Went to then right. I came upon a menu that I forgot about. Okay, and I was like, oh shoot, I think I have to clear the keys. Right, these are FTMP keys that from the old CPU. So I had to clear those out. And then also, like I said, I had to update the BIOS. And once I did that, sure enough, Windows installed. Took me only about 3 hours. With all the noise campaign and the remote node monitoring, it takes me longer because, again, it interferes with your cognitive ability to learn, to remember, But today was the fastest time I ever built a computer in a long time, And, so I was like, okay, it's cool. So now I just have to preload some software for this kid, and because his older brother, my son's friend from school, he had donated a computer to him because he didn't have a computer. And so whenever he's playing with Ethan, he's always playing on his phone. And I was like, how does that work? But they only play like Roblox, So yeah, you can play Roblox on the phone. So we end up doing it in a computer to him, everything, like mouse, keyboard, and a monitor that I had there for like almost a year. Not almost a year, sorry, a few months. I originally bought it for Ethan so he can have an additional monitor. But that monitor didn't have DisplayPort. Only had HDMI and DVI. And so, yep, taking you guys on an adventure. Okay, taking you guys on an adventure with me. So yeah, so the monitor was pretty cheap. I bought it on sale. It was like $89. Back in probably March. So I just decided, I'll just keep it, and end up doing that to him, and he was very, very happy. Unfortunately, he didn't plug in the power cord all the way, so he shorted the motherboard, and he's like, his computer's not working. Like, it turns on, but then it comes up on the screen, and I'm like, okay, I've seen this before. My sister, whenever she cleans the living room, both my grandnephew and my grandniece, both their computers end up shorted out because she'll move the computer and the plug will come out of it, and if the plug is slightly just touching the connector, you'll get power, but you can damage the computer that way. Thank goodness it wasn't a permanent damage. All I had to do was take out the battery for about half an hour or so, put it back in, reset the motherboard BIOS, and everything worked fine. But at the time, I didn't even think of that, really. Sometimes I'd be in a frenzy because of, my targeting. So I had to end up buying new motherboards for, which I really didn't have to do, until I was watching a video by this PC technician, and he's like, yeah, this stuff happens all the time. You just gotta reset the BIOS. And I was like, man, why couldn't I've done that shit, But that's how it is. Sometimes, troubleshooting a PC can take you 10 minutes. Other times it can take you an entire day, a few hours to an entire day. All right? And so, but anyhow, so he brought the PC back to me, and I took out the battery out of it, reset the BIOS, and everything started worked fine. And I just had to get rid of some bloatware. I had to tell him, listen, when you're downloading stuff, you need to be very careful, because some of these gaming sites, they're a magnet for viruses and Trojans. So you need to be very careful, But, it's his first computer. He don't know anything about it. You know what I'm saying? And so Ethan and I, we're pretty happy in terms of giving him a computer. I tell my son all the time, I said, you have to treat your brothers and sisters, not just your blood brothers and sisters, your blood brother and sister, but the people, your friends, your best friend, have you, and if you can do something for them that, if you can afford to do it, then you do it, and so having a computer at home is very good for him, because he lives far from where he has to travel to go to school. He literally have to travel for like almost an hour and a half both ways, okay? Just to get why is she standing? She was just standing there vehicle. I wonder if a license, what's a license plate? Usually when they do some shit like this, I'm usually very curious as to, you know, the license plate. Because I saw her in the beginning, and she was, what's a license plate? Let me see. Okay. If they had the number 32 and I'd be like, yeah, Sip, see what I tell you? You know, it bees like that sometimes. Excuse my ebonics. Yeah, so anyway. So when I remember when we dropped off, when he first bought the computer to him, his little brother was with him, and his little brother was so happy. He was like, oh my God, the computer. And says, you know, and I could tell, you know, like I said, as black people, you know, black parents, we don't invest in our children the way we need to invest. You know, buy your kids a laptop or a PC, or matter of fact, build it. Or, you know, I got 3 that I'm selling. Anybody want one, contact me. Okay? All my computers that I've built have been trouble-free. And, you know, and it's been like a decade, okay? Almost a decade. About a decade. My son, his computer lasted him a decade. My other son, he never had issues on his computer except for sometimes when I upgrade. And, you know, sometimes you run into issues and he's like, Daddy, why did you have to do an upgrade, man? I'm like, calm down, yo, fella. I'm giving you a better computer, okay? You know, but the kids can be impatient, you know? But it's important that we give our kids the tools, you know? Giving them a computer, guess what? Keeps them from being outside all the time, from getting in trouble, you know? And they can play games and they can learn. So it's not just like you buy them a video game, okay? With a computer, they can play games on the computer, and they can do their homework, their schoolwork. They can do research, right? You get them a printer. They can do their projects at home, you know. And you know, with a console you can't do it. A console, gaming console, just to play games. Okay, and to be honest with you, at this point, you're better off buying your kids a computer. It's multifunctional, multidimensional, and like I said, they can play games on it. You get them a good computer, you know. But like I said, you gotta be very careful. I wouldn't be buying any computers from no big brand. Okay, they have dedicated small PC builders, you know, who some of them are pretty big too, but you know, it's better. But like that, it's better. So, you know, cost me about $100, and you know, the value of it is around $400. I would put it at $450. So, you know, it's not bad. He's going to get a computer. So I just told my son, I said, ask his parents if he can have it. Because if, you know, they say yes, then he can have it. Right? Anyhow, I'm here. Talk to you guys in the next video. Oh, you see the NYPD show up over there? The NY Hospital Police, I should say. Anyhow, talk to you guys in this video.